Oh my gosh, it's weekend edition, and I got some fun stuff for you today. I'm going to do a weekend edition on the Voodoo Garden channel. My name is Ray. Thanks for joining me. All right, let's get started with the questions. Niffer58 wants to know, have I ever grown peppercorns? No? I actually looked that up because I never thought of growing peppercorns. I knew that you can grow them, but you know, there's so many things in the world, I don't think of growing everything. And then when you asked me this question, I looked it up on the internet and I thought, wow, those are beautiful plants. I mean, they put out like tons of different kinds of seeds. Well, not different kinds, but different colors of seeds. Beautiful plants. But no, I've never grown one before. Someday I think I will. Not this year. I got enough stuff going on right now. But thanks for asking. Next question is coming from Garden Guy 1967. He asks, what are you planting vegetable-wise, as opposed to what, vegetable-wise, this winter indoors, and would you be doing any videos on the progress? Funny you should ask. I am growing stuff indoors, and this is the video showing the progress. So, that pretty much answers your question. I'm going to take you on a tour of this as soon as I'm done with the questions. How's that sound? Next one comes from a friend called El Rufsta. El Rufsta has been asking me, when are you going to answer my questions? When are you going to answer my questions? Well, sometimes whenever you ask questions, I hold them off and I put them on the weekend edition because I think they'll be interesting questions to tell everybody else about. So if you don't get an answer from me right away, people, sometimes it means it's going on weekend edition, okay? Here's the answer to El Rufsta's question. You thought I forgot about you, didn't you? Ha! El Rufsta has two questions. First one is, can you make a video of crossbreeding tomato plants? Flat out no. I don't cross tomato plants. I grow heirlooms and I grow them true to their origins. So I don't do crossbreeds. I accidentally do crossbreeds on my peppers back here, and that's totally because I screwed up. But as far as tomatoes, no, I don't do them. But crossbreeding them is easy. I don't even need to make a video of that. If you want to crossbreed a tomato, you take, I'm going like this because I have tomatoes over here and I'm going to show you in a little bit. You take the flower from one, touch it, get the pollen on your finger, go to the second one, touch that one with the pollen. You've cross-pollinated it. Now what you're going to want to do after this is put a little note or a piece of string right by that flower and write down hybrid or something so that you'll remember. Because trust me, if you're doing this outdoors, you're going to have this big old honking monster tomato plant. You're going to go like, oh crap, which one did I cross? And you're going to wonder which one you should save the seeds from. Don't be stupid like me. Make sure you make a note of this, okay? Because I did that when I tried to cross something once. I did cross something once, but it wasn't a tomato. I don't remember what it was, but I didn't make a note of it. And that's why I have this little bit of wisdom for you, because I screwed it up. Okay, second question. Is it possible to cross a tomato with a pepper? No. That was an easy one. Both of them are members of the nightshade family, but they are so different that you cannot cross the plants and come up with something else. You just can't do it. Sorry, can't do it. Wouldn't that make an interesting plant though? A tomato, pepper, a pomato, a tepper, a pomato? I don't know, but that would be a bizarre looking plant, wouldn't it? Good question. You're like a mad scientist, aren't you? Okay. Organic Gardening 987 asks, can you plant 3 shallots in one pot? Yeah, I probably could. I know what you mean. Yes, you can. As long as you plant them about 6 inches apart. Get a decent sized pot, because when you plant a shallot bulb, what will happen is it'll start forming more bulbs as it grows, and you'll notice it because it'll have multiple green stems coming up, and then they're going to start pushing apart. That means the bulb inside is forming multiple bulbs and it's pushing apart. Trust me, you may want to plant them close together, but I've done this before and it's not a very smart idea because they'll start crowding each other away. So plant them around, I'd say 4 to 6 inches apart, and they'll do just fine. Give them plenty of light, don't overwater them, they'll be just fine. Last question. This is a very short one. Last question comes from Gizmo 33rd. Can I use compost tea for trees? Yes, you can. At the house I used to live at, I use compost tea to kick my trees into gear because the construction worker, I call him a construction worker, but he's actually an idiot. He bulldozed out this clearing for my property where I put my house and the chicken coop at my old property. Well, he actually bulldozed more than just the trees out. He bulldozed all the topsoil out. Yeah, so I was left with nothing but subsoil. And if you've ever seen subsoil, it is the most dead, lifeless crap you'll ever want to see. And It was horrible. I couldn't grow anything in it. My first year garden was a joke. My second year garden was a little bit less of a joke, but still a joke. Nothing grew. I had 4 oak trees, beautiful oak trees, on the inside of my circular driveway, dead because he cut them down too close to the roots. Frost got down the first winter, killed my trees. I was so ticked off at this guy. I can't believe I paid him money to ruin my entire clearing. And the sad part about this is that the soil was dead, so I wanted to plant fruit trees, and I couldn't because you dig a hole, you plant them in there, they're going to die. So what I had to do was make a ton of compost and dig a huge hole, plant the tree in it, and it grew fine for the first couple years. Problem is, after the first couple years, it used up all the nutrients in the soil. So then the roots went out into the subsoil, they started dying. I thought, oh crap. So I made compost tea, and I started just pouring on the compost tea every time I watered them. And that saved the trees, and they got bigger and bigger and bigger. But the problem is, when I stopped using the compost tea, they would start dying again because the soil was dead. I mean, compost tea will help you out, but it will not solve the problem of utterly lifeless Martian soil. Yeah, so be careful who you hire for a contractor. And if you're going to use compost tea, use it liberally, and also do a side dressing of the used compost around your trees. It sure as heck isn't going to hurt. Okay, thanks for joining me on the Voodoo Garden channel. Take care, everybody. And by the way, good luck on the contest. Bye. Before we get started on the contest on the Voodoo Garden channel and on the Praxis channel, here's what I need you to do. Do this. No, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to voodoogardener.com, that's my website, and there are complete rules for the contest, types of prizes, how to play, how to win. You will need to read these before you participate in the contest. When you post your first answer, that tells me that you've read the rules and you fully understand them, okay? Good luck to everybody, and let's get started. Here's your contest question for the Voodoo Garden channel contest. What did I do in 1979? Where did I do it? And what brand of shirt was I wearing when I did it? This is a difficult one, and the answer, I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue. The answer is somewhere on my Facebook channel on the wall comments. You're going to have to scroll back a little bit, but this is a 6-point question. Thanks a lot, and good luck, everybody.